A village in the Mayan forest is peaceful and content, save for the cruel jokes about Blunted's infertility. The chief forbids the hunting party from spreading fear when frightened refugees pass, but the true cause soon appears. Their own neighborhood is pillaged, and the survivors are cruelly forced into slavery and taken away. Jaguar Paw, the proud son of the chief, is able to conceal not only his young son but also his pregnant wife. In the capital of the Raider Kingdom's pestilence-ravaged province, the men are destined for bloody sacrifice to the gods. Their number is rendered unnecessary by an auspicious solar eclipse, but the Raiders' captain orders their execution as target practice. While another threat lurks in the shadows, Jaguar Paw survives after killing the captain's son and may now fulfill a doomsday prophecy or still perish without rescuing his family. As he flees, Jaguar Paw lands in a muddy sinkhole, but manages to climb out. After he does so, he pauses and decides that he is not afraid, and will no longer run. As the Halkanes approach, Jaguar Paw, covered in black mud, confronts them and tosses a live wasp's hive at them, instigating the wasps to attack. Jaguar Paw runs towards a stream where he finds a poison arrow frog and collects its venom on a few large thorns. He runs in a circle and hides in the reeds, waiting for the Halkanes as thunder rolls overhead. Jaguar Paw gathers a sizable leaf and rolls it into a blowgun as the Halkanes pass by the location where he is hiding. He launches darts at Hanging Moss, which has already been wounded by wasp stings. Middle Eye responds to Hanging Moss cries, by turning around as he falls to the ground. Jaguar Paw and Middle Eye collide as they run at one another while each is eyeing the bludgeon that Hanging Moss dropped. As they get close to one another, Middle Eye swings his own, and Jaguar Paw only just manages to duck, taking a light blow to the head. Jaguar Paw picks up Hanging Moss bludgeon and rises to strike Middle Eye in the temple as he ducks beneath Middle Eye's assault. As Jaguar Paw strikes him under the chin to death, Middle Eye calls him almost for the final time. Jaguar Paw rushes to the cistern because it will soon fill with water as it suddenly starts to rain. Middle Eye's body is seen by Zero Wolf and the two remaining Halkanes, Monkey Jaw and Ten Peccary, as they run into the woods. Zero Wolf, who is furious, outpaces the other two in his pursuit. When Jaguar Paw arrives at the cistern, Seven is in labor and yelling for him to leave as the cistern is filling with water. Jaguar Paw is narrowly missed by an arrow, and as Zero Wolf closes in, he flees into the jungle. Before continuing the pursuit, Monkey Jaw and Ten Peccary pause by the cistern to observe Seven and Turtles run at the bottom. Jaguar Paw turns to face Zero Wolf, who fires an arrow into his shoulder, and stops at a particular location in the forest that he is familiar with. Jaguar Paw waits and watches as Zero Wolf charges at him while drawing his dagger despite being hurt. When Zero Wolf sets off the taper trap without realizing there was a tripwire, he gets impaled by the device's jagged spikes. As Ten Peccary and Monkey Jaw arrive, he passes away. Jaguar Paw passes out on the beach after being pursued by them. Once they've caught up to him, they halt and stand there, gazing out at the water where a small fleet of Spanish ships are berthed. In small boats, soldiers and missionaries are rowing to shore. Jaguar Paw sprints back to the cistern as Monkey Jaw and Ten Peccary approach the shoreline while they are both mesmerized. He pulls his family out of the cistern after discovering that Seven has just given birth. Jaguar Paw carries his newborn son later, when the rain stops, and are followed by Seven and Turtles run. Seven inquires as to whether they ought to proceed to the Spanish ships as they turn to face them. Jaguar Paw advises them to seek out a fresh start in the forest rather